David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with another pen review. Today I have something I look forward to every 3 months, which is the new seasonal release from Tactile Turn, which this time around has a very caffeinated theme. It is themed around coffee and is called Nitro. What I am going to do today is go over the parts and features of this theme for winter, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for about it. I'll talk about some measurements, show some size comparisons, and provide a quick writing sample. Thanks go out to the good folks at Tactile Turn for providing this rollerball pen for review. Tactile Turn is based out of the Dallas, Texas area. I was recently in Dallas for work, and Will Hodges, the gentleman behind the brand, was nice enough to have me over to his shop. I always enjoy checking out manufacturing facilities. Tactile Turn is in a very large facility. They have an abundance of square footage where they produce both pens as well as knives. Pens make up the majority of their business, but knives are a significant part of the business as well. In the past, the company produced some very nice fountain pens. They are currently not doing so, but there is a chance that down the line they will get back to making fountain pens as well. I have a few of them, and they're great. And I hope they get back to the fountain pen world sooner rather than later. Okay, let's get back to the pen at hand, and that would be the Nitro. And as I mentioned, it is themed around coffee. It arrives in this box here with some retro coffee shop graphics. And let me get this off. You know, it's something about their packaging I always appreciate. It's something really small, but it has a little notch up here at the top so that it's very easy to get the pen out. I just like basically a user-focused design like that makes it easier to use. I appreciate that. And here is the pen. It is based on Tactile Turn's side click model. The exterior is a rich golden brown Cerakote finish and has bronze accents and a milky cream colored clip. The pen is available in 2 different models, each with 3 different sizes, so 6 variations in all. This one here is the standard model. The standard size comes in at 5.8 inches in length. Then we have the short, which is 5.3 inches. Then there is the mini, which is 4.6 inches. In regard to the other model, it is the slim side click. Each of the sizes have the same length, but the thicknesses of the pen, as the name would imply, is slimmer. In regard to refills, the standard comes with a Pilot G2 0.7 millimeter, the short comes with a Schmidt EasyFlow 9000 medium, and the mini comes with a Pilot G2 mini 0.7 millimeter refill. It does arrive with a couple of goodies. In the past, they've included like a metal card with each seasonal pen, but lately they've been branching out to other extra cool items. For the 8-bit gaming themed model, there was an arcade token. With the recent Ember, it came with a book of matches. This time around, it comes with a little sticker with a lightning bolt, as well as a nice coaster. It's a standard thick disposable coaster like you'd find at your favorite coffee shop. Tactile Turn has also partnered up with a local artisanal coffee company called Voltage Coffee, hence the aforementioned lightning bolt. When you purchase this pen at an additional cost, you can also pick up this custom coffee mug, as well as some coffee, which is a collaboration between Voltage Coffee and Tactile Turn. The small batch is called Nitro, just like the pen. It is a bit sweet with notes of red berry and chocolate. Voltage Coffee sources their beans from Uganda and is very much focused on the farming community and the challenges that they face working with both specialty and commercial coffee companies. To learn a little bit more about how they treat coffee farmers as fairly as possible, I'd encourage you to check out their site. I'll put a link to it in the notes below. Okay, let's take a closer look at the parts of this pen. The knock is brass. I feel that matches well with the golden brown barrel. Then we have the clip. As I mentioned previously, it's milky cream in color, and then there are some things I really like about it. First of all, there was an improvement, in my opinion, to the screw here at the top. I've always liked the looks of this screw, but on some of the previous seasonal models, this screw has been had the Cerakote finish on it, and when the screw is then tightened, the torque tended to chip some of the finish a bit. You really couldn't notice it with the naked eye, but with a loop, it was noticeable. With this screw lacking that treatment, then that previous issue was not present. The clip tapers down a bit, and on the end is a coffee mug with the lightning bolt logo. If you look on the underside of the clip, this is something I've always really liked about Tactile Turn pens. This is where they have the name of the company as well as the year the pen was produced. With some models, this text is more visible than on others, but with the brown fill on the engraving against the cream, it really stands out. This clip is rather stiff. It works okay with thinner materials, but if you have a thicker pocket or a thicker pen pouch, then it might take a bit of effort to utilize the clip in those. The exterior of this pen has a long groove. This isn't a series of grooves, it's one long groove like on a record. That groove, in conjunction with the Cerakote, provides a gripping surface that's very solid. Your grip is not going anywhere here. And for a metal pen, I don't find the pen to be overly hefty. On the side of the pen is the side click mechanism. In order to extend the refill, you depress the knock, and then to retract it, you simply click on the side. Whenever I am using one of these pens, I do find myself playing with the mechanism. It can be a bit of a fidget toy for me. In some of the previous models, the mechanism has been a bit rougher to begin with, needing a bit of breaking in, but I don't find that to be the case with this model at all. It's been very smooth and debris-free from the start. If you're not familiar with how Tactile Turn seasonal releases work, an unlimited quantity is available for a limited time. This model here will be available until December 31st of this year. After that, the model is no longer produced. Here's a look at all of the previous seasonal releases. While I would love to have the entire collection, I'm actually missing one, which was the very first model, Safety First. I was missing two, but Will happened to have an extra Overlander, which he gave me. But the Safety Firsts are gone and won't be produced again. So I'm out of luck. So the lesson there is if one of these seasonal releases catches your eye, it would be advisable to take action sooner rather than later, because once the window closes, it closes. The Tactile Turn Nitro is available only on the Tactile Turn website, and the price is $149, which has been the standard for these seasonal releases for a while. Again, I feel Tactile Turn has done a really good job of implementing a theme into one of their pens. And I think it's nice that they actually did a collaboration with an outside company. I think that might be a good avenue going forward as far as a theme goes, is tying it in with a company that they feel could use some extra attention. Now, I will admit that coffee is really not my thing. I typically only like coffee if you put enough stuff in it so where it doesn't taste like coffee anymore. So this theme doesn't connect with me personally, but that's okay. Not every specialty themed design will. But when it comes to coffee, I realize I'm in the minority. I looked it up, and while the number in polls vary a bit, it says that between 64 and 74% of folks drink coffee every day. So yes, I am in the minority when it comes to coffee, but that's okay. I think that a lot of other folks will enjoy this pen as well. Okay. Thanks go out to Tactile Turn for providing this pen for review. Now, in order to see some size comparisons and a writing sample, please join me over here at camera 2. Okay, here we have the Tactile Turn Nitro, and I always use this as an opportunity to show some of the previous models as well, and this gets to be basically a quiz of if I can remember all of the names, or a test. So in no particular order, this was the Nautilus, and then this was the Fairway, which was one of my favorite. I really love the clip on this model. This one was called the Nexus. And then this was the gaming themed one called 8-Bit. Then we had the GT. There was the Stealth. Then here was the Overlander. This is the recent acquisition to partially fill in the rest of the collection. This was the very last one, which was the Ember. And then we have two more here. There was Deep Space, which I thought they did a really good job of getting space in there. And do I have space for one more? Which is the Trailhead, which is their slim model. So if you wanted to see the difference between the slim model and the standard model, that's what you have right there. I think of all of these so far, my personal favorites that I really enjoy are, that I keep reaching for, I'd have to say are the GT and the Fairway. I really love the colors on the GT, and then I'm a big fan of golf, and so I enjoy the Fairway. So these are the ones I get the most use out of, but I do think that they do a great job of pretty much nailing a theme each time. And just to show you a comparison of something a little bit different, here it is with a Lamy Safari, and then here it is with a TWSBI VAX 700 Iris. And then finally, this is what it looks like with a Tactile Turn fountain pen. This was their gist. And something I really liked here was the Damascus steel. You can see the Damascus pattern here on the back. And then I also got the Damascus section, which is amazing. I just think it looks really nice. And hopefully, like I mentioned, that they will get back to making fountain pens here in the relative near future. Okay, so here we go with the quick writing sample for the Tactile Turn, and this is the Nitro. The Pilot G2 refill is one of my favorites. It's really nice, it's really smooth, and that this pen is available through December 31st, 2023. I meant to say 3. I said 2. 2023. And yeah, I just love the smoothness of this G2 refill. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so there we have the Tactile Turn Nitro. As I mentioned, I think they really knocked it out of the park again with one of their designs. I just think they do a really good job with their theme design and really look forward to seeing what they come up with next. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.